really quick. Anyone who is watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps grow the channel so I can do more things, so greatly appreciate that. And those of you guys who are watching here on Twitch, where I am streaming live right now, don't forget to do clips. If you guys see anything interesting, I could definitely use a ton of more clips. Also, you guys on YouTube, swing by Twitch every now and then. We do other things besides just playthroughs, so yeah, come have fun with us. Trying to remember where we left off. I think we still need to cure the entire. Yeah, we need to still cure all these people. So West End, there. That's it, right? That ain't so bad. Who's sick in the West End? Oh, I remember him. He's the detective guy, I think. Wrong way. Down. So one of them is over here. No. No, so... Yes, that way. Okay.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Do you need my medical attention, Charlotte?
Indeed. Unlike you and my mother, I can still become ill.
Oh, you cannot imagine how relieved I'd be to catch a cold again.
My mother once told me the same thing. I sometimes wonder if she's forgotten what it feels like to be ill.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Okay. Now, yes, this way is where the guy's at.
Stay away! It ain't murdering bastard! That's it! Vicious bugger!
I didn't mean to do that.
He's dead! Boom!
Oh, can I not jump up there? Alright, well, I'm just gonna head this way then.
Die, vermin! Christ! He's dead!
God damn it. That's annoying. That is beyond annoying. Ow. Okay. Okay. Oh shoot, I came in here for nothing. Well, that's fine. No. It should be here.
Dr. Reed, still conducting your nocturnal survey?
Nothing new.
Do you need medical attention, Inspector?
I'm afraid I may have caught something. I don't feel too well.
Oh. I thought I made this. Well, damn.
I'll try to... Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, okay, so one fatigue, headache, and a cold. Fatigue, a headache, and a cold. I thought I made this all already. Okay, we have everything else.
Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical attention?
I'm afraid I may have...
You'll quickly feel better after taking this.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I really appreciate it.
Goodbye, Detective.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
It's weird the way he says his name. Almost passive aggressively.
The bloody crime!
Wow. Half his health just from a bite. So the people here are Palmer. Oh, the graveyard guy.
This district seems to get uglier every year.
There we go. Benjamin.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
How are conditions in Whitechapel these days?
I hear gunshots every night. It's just like the war in the trenches, Doctor. I can't stand it.
Alright, nothing new
You
there.
don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I can try to help your body heal, sir. But you must stop destroying it.
The war destroyed me, Doctor.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
And that way.
Good evening, Mr. Nurbothecat.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Situation.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
I imagine we are all part of some nightmare without beginning nor ending. If only the dreamer could awake.
Do you need medical attention?
It may be wise.
Okay. Perfect.
I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, he was the last one. So, just go straight. No. That way. Oh, that's annoying. There we go. Okay. Good. I do want to kind of take a small look at this park again. Just to see if Dad's note is maybe like hidden in a corner or something. Oh! You found it! Reed Mansion, April 4th, 1908. My dear son, this is my second letter for you. If you find this one, it means you'll probably have shown the first part of to your sister Mary and to my dear Emily. I think it's a good thing you don't keep to yourself what you discover, but I'll leave that for you to decide. Do you remember our long walks in the park? Your mother taught you your alphabet under these trees. I had so many wonderful treasures for you. Mary, in this park, you were both so clever, so brilliant. I had always known you'd both become great people. I've always been proud of you. I was never able to conceal my pride when I was asked what you wanted to be. He'll be whatever he wants. Your mother was convinced you would be a great an artist like her. You always liked to read and write. I still keep your very first poem, like I keep Mary's first drawing. When you chose to follow medical studies, your mother was sagacious enough to cover her trepidations and her worries. Me, I was happy you did not become a dull banker like me. When you told us you wanted to pursue a career in medicine, to improve life for all without consideration of wealth, I knew we, as your parents, had taught you the most important lesson of all, to respect each and every soul for what they are, and not what they have. If you want to know more, all you have to do is to remember which hospital you choose. So apply for your first internship. I am, as ever, your loving father, Aubrey Reed.
I had almost forgotten I applied for a position at Pembroke. It was so long ago.
That's convenient. So we need to go to Pembroke to find the next thing? That being said, we could head to the main mission and come back to that later. Watch it be in our own office. That would be hilarious. Oh, hi. I forgot about you.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed.
Oh. What are you doing here?
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
See, like,
We'll talk later,
the
Jonathan.
fact that she's happy to be here, kinda like...
I must admit the Guard of Priwen impressed me. They must have spent years preparing their plan.
Yeah, the fact that she's, like, happy to be here just makes me think that, like... Makes me trust her less and less.
We repelled the intruders for now. But how long before they return?
Plus, we all
Have you
know...
heard the rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city? What is this new malevolence?
We all know in, like, RPG games, right? One of the common cliches is behind every, like... good hero is a trifling thought, so... just waiting for that one to drop. Nothing new, right? Like, we've been in all these places and looted everything.
I know we're facing a crisis, but I'm shocked no one took the time to clean up the mess inside the club since we were attacked.
Yeah, you know, I kind of feel the same way, you know, you guys being all rich and powerful. Glad I wasn't the only one thinking that.
Perhaps we should change some of the club's rules if we survive all of this. We need to soften some of our laws concerning redheads.
Somebody has a thing for Ashburn.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lancebearer. Please, tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
Some questions remain.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a
What?
new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go,
don't
I have a few
like
questions.
this.
All right, I'm listening.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
I'm so bothered by this because I feel like he just wants my bloodline. Because it's so obvious I come from an ancient, and he knows that. Does he know I'm coming?
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
How should I proceed?
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
I just give him my blood?
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
You invited Lady Ashbury.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Understandably, you...
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
I have very mixed feelings about that. Like, I feel like he's just making a power move. Because he can
Are you
probably
all right,
control the old man.
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson. To make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice.
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage, and only capable of creating skulls.
Oh. So, the more pure, or the more powerful the vampire that turns you, the more powerful vampires you can then create? That's why. So, like, I can create econs, and very powerful econs at that. Huh. I have more questions.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
Why so vindictive?
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall, And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
How can you be so sure?
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Advice about Aloysius Dawson.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
By making Dawson.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr.
Nope.
Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
Yeah, we can't do it. But the worst part about it, he's the goddamn pillar. Why is he the pillar of this place? Is there no way to, like, make somebody else a pillar? Like, why can't we make Tom a pillar? Oh, alright.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire.
Yeah, pretty much. He wants us to create someone who can rival our power. Because at the end of the day, we're probably stronger than all of them.
Best stay back, sir. Lively! He's on to us!
What if I don't want to?
Murder him!
It's locked, all right.
So this could like be anywhere. I'm gonna go with the idea that maybe it's in our office. Long shot. Oh, worth it. Ah! I just remembered on my way that this chest is always locked. I guess that's why. Reed Mansion, 4th of April, 1908. My dearest child, this is my last letter for you. I chose to hide it in Pembroke Hospital. Do you remember how disappointed you were when your application was rejected? I had never seen you so upset for days. You did not say a word. This was the first time I realized that the darkness you had in you, my son, a black stone embedded it in your heart, hidden to all which I sometimes saw in your sister too. I feared for you both, for I perfectly knew what I meant to feel this gloomy mood, the dark side of the Reeds. The reason why I must go, now that I know I'm condemned. I'm sick, my son. The diagnosis is irrevocable, and death will soon come. I refuse to be seen like this by those I love. This is my fault and my decision. You're so far away now, learning with the doctor, Carrel, in Paris, how to transfuse blood to save patients. Already thinking about how to improve the method you've helped to create. I'm so proud of you, my son, but you can't save me. I won't be Aubrey Reed, the dying banker surrounded by his family and friends, unable to leave his bed. I won't stand it. I don't accept it, so I left. Just like you left us to become the great surgeon you are destined to be. The great surgeon I never want to see next to me, looking at me knowing I will die soon. Keep on studying, my son. Become whoever you're destined to be, and do it for yourself, not for your old father who loves you. I have taken all the necessary measures to protect you, my family, and my dangers to come. I want you all to remember me as I was, not as I'm about to be. I leave, for I love you. My pearls and jewels, I do it because I have this dark mood in me. I hid from everyone as long as I could. In a few days, I will go where I stood when you left us for France. There, I will leave a last gift for you. There, I will vanish, never to come back. Farewell, Jonathan. I wish you to be as happy as I have been with you all these years. Kiss my Mary and my Emily for me. Take care of them. Farewell, my dear boy. Believe me ever, my dearest John, your devoted father, Aubrey Reed.
Southwark. My departure for France as a promising student. My return as a brilliant surgeon. About to be killed. Transformed.
Okay. I actually want to see the end of this now. Now it has grabbed my attention. So we want to go straight. Just follow this road.
Easy does it, boys. We can do this, vermin. I hate roaches. Here's one of them. Watch yourselves.
Hmm.
Burn it, boy! Delete! We have to stop it!
So keep going straight.
He's mine! I'll take him!
Remember your vows, friends!
The beast must... There's one of them burning!
Oh, you little bastard. Okay. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and assume that's maybe a weapon that he left behind for us.
Bloody leech! Oh my god! Stay back, beast!
Yep, feels bad. It's like right here. The weird thing is it's pointing down, so maybe through here? No, there's no basement here.
That leech is fast!
Wait, was that it? That was it? It was the watch. Must be worth quite a bit, I guess. How have I never found this hideout? It's just a normal, expensive watch. Okay. We did all that for a watch, apparently. Little disappointed. Yeah. I was kind of hoping to find out that, like, he was a vampire or something. Now we need to make our way all the way over there. Okay. We could go through the sea area, I guess.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parts would be running completely
What's up,
amok.
Cooch? How's it going, man? It's going pretty good for myself. It's Monday, just relaxing. How's your Monday going? Pretty well, chill day at work. Got my new internet installed on Thursday, so excited about that. Sweet. Blinding fast speeds. It's gonna be like a whole new world. Get wrecked. I went the wrong way. God damn it. Dodge it. Good. Yeah, symmetrical internet, so I have a gigabit upload too. I'll be honest with you, I never understood why it never was the case. Like, it's funny how like these ISPs come up with their own numbers and just decide how much internet you can have. Whether it's upload or download. But it's funny because, like, as far as upload went, it was always low. They never ever wanted us to have, like, good upload for some reason. I remember early packages were like 100 megabytes download with like 10 upload. It was like, why? Why? Yeah, that's what I figured. It really is. Like, COVID is a perfect example of that. It's just like, when COVID happened and it became a gigantic, like, when the epidemic basically happened, and like everyone was kind of forced to go online with everything. Like, it was kind of hilarious because like they literally just flipped the switch, and it was like, all right, everyone's upload and download is more now. It was the dumbest thing ever. It was like that easy to just do it. Because the funniest thing about it is, like, if you ever get into the heavy techness of it, the modem that you have in your house is usually capable of more than what they're actually giving you. So, like, they are literally limiting you. And that's always the case. Where is his mansion? Oh, it's over here. Oh, here's the last person I never found. Where the hell have you been this whole time?
I am sorry.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed?
It's her daughter. That's who we never
You are the
found.
doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt
Could have
myself
gotten 2 gigabytes
recently.
if I wanted, but that's actually
I know
way
how
too
to
much.
take care of
It
myself
really
now.
is.
I'm almost a grown-up.
Like, when the day comes that I actually use a gigabyte, then I'll consider having more, because it's always good to have more than what you actually use. But like, I don't even push 200. So like, yeah, like that gigabyte is way more than I ever needed, and like, I'm happy that I have it, honestly. Your life in London. A weekend night?
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
Work is not easy. This
Why
is true.
is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself.
Yeah, I'm only paying
Good
like
thing my
$85
mum
a
went
month
first
for it
aid.
too. Yeah, it's kind of what I pay. I've had that since I've lived here. When FiOS came around, I grabbed it right away. And it was like, yeah, it's $85 is what I'm paying. I'm actually paying, yeah, roughly 85. It was originally like $80, and then like plus tax and all that.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Tell me about the neighborhood.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
Have you no friends at all?
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nurbothecat used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Tell me about the epidemic.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
So you have
Some of
fiber?
our
Yeah, I have
regular
fiber.
customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
I live in a very city area, so like, I grabbed it when they were really pushing it, you know? You know? No, it doesn't use a coaxial cable, it uses a fiber optic. What it does is it goes from the street. I live in a condo building. So it goes from the street to the building and then to like a box that's like specially designed for it. And then to my router. When they started doing that, like if you had a one family house, you would have to pay for like an install of that like box because it's not like a normal modem box. But like my condo was already like upgraded to that. So when I moved in, like, the box was already there. So all I had to do was call Verizon and get it. Oh, okay. Just curious what they're going to do here. They're probably going to do that unless, you know, it has been a couple of years. Maybe it's not the same thing anymore. Maybe it's something a little bit more compact. Because I'm not going to lie, that box is pretty big. It's a pretty big box, but maybe nowadays they have something that's a little bit more compact. Because, like, that, it's not a new box, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, it works fantastically. My box actually... It's funny because it's old enough to the point that the thing doesn't work anymore. But if I wanted to, I can do it. It actually is something I should consider doing. But it rarely happens because, like, what was it, like a day or two ago? My internet went down because the power went out. Believe it or not, if your power, well, that wouldn't fix the issue I have here with the modem, I guess. Not the modem, the router. So I'd still lose everything. Because the router and my switch. Yeah, it wouldn't matter. But anyway, what I was going to say is, like, that box that they put there has a independent power supply. Or battery pack, I guess. That's actually burnt out on it. It doesn't need it. It's only if you wanted to have like a backup power solution. So that if the power went out, it would stay on and keep powering the internet coming through. But I never did it because I was just like, I don't care. And, like, now that I'm thinking about it, it's like I'd have to throw my router and my switchboard onto a UPC as well. Or UPS, I'm sorry. Onto a UPS for me to, like, not have that happen. Which I could do, but I don't want to do. Yeah. They're not expensive. Like, how much is a UPS right now? Like, I have one for my computers. So, like, when my power goes out, my computers don't go down. I did that mainly for the fact of, like, saving documents and stuff like that, or saving my game and not getting corrupted files. The UPS power supply, and I don't even need anything heavy duty because, like, the power never goes out for long in my area. So, like, for example, that happened to me, and it was literally a flicker, which was the worst part about it. It wasn't even like the power went out. The power went out for like 2 seconds and came back on, but that 2 seconds was enough to, like, restart everything, like the modem and the switchboard. So, like, I lost my internet. But yeah, like, something like a $70 or even like this one here that's like $50 would be plenty to fix that problem right there. So, like, yeah, you have small solutions like that. There are bigger ones. I remember I bought one for my uncle because my uncle had that issue. He would have a similar problem where something like that would happen as well. But sometimes when it happened to him, like, it would be out for like a good like 5 minutes or more. And I remember I bought him a more heavier duty one because he had a lot more stuff. He had like a ton of monitors and like all that stuff, and he wanted everything to stay on. So, like, I had to go heavier duty for him. So he got like a $200 one. And that thing had a lot of power. Like, that thing had enough power to, like, supply him with energy for like hours. It's a useful thing. Like, if you have power outages often, there is a way that you can set it up so you don't lose your internet. Although now that you're going with the fiber optic thing and they're going to put that box, you got to see if maybe there's a battery pack thing for that. Or if there's a way that you could plug a UPS to it. If not, you could do that with your computers and stuff like that. Like, it's highly recommended if you have desktop computers, in my opinion, because that way, like, if everything does go down, you can at least exit and save your game so you don't lose anything. You know, that's the main reason why I did it. Did we? I got distracted completely in that conversation. Did we ask her all these questions here? Did you enjoy working with your mother?
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh, yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
We haven't had a power outage here since we moved in. Yeah, so like you're probably in the same boat as me, where it's like it's a very, very rare thing, but they happen. They happen everywhere. I mean, I'd be shocked if they never happened in your area. I'm sure they happen, but it's probably a very rare thing. Do you remember your father?
Do you remember?
And probably when it does
No,
happen, it's probably
I
like
was
for a
just a baby
second.
then.
So like I don't know if your
My mother
oven is
always
electric
told me how strong
with like a
and good
clock.
he
If
was.
you ever came home and like the clock is flashing, it's because probably the power went out for like a second while you weren't home. Do you think about getting married?
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed.
Be nice to have, but it's,
Mum always
it,
says I'm still a child
but
who
it
has
might
no
not be
idea
vital.
how tough
Nah,
life
it usually
can be.
isn't.
No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
It's better for like as a precaution is what I'm saying. Like it's a thing that's precaution. If you work in an office environment, for example, like he works in an office environment, real estate, it was extremely important that he put that on all his computers because they would lose so much like work because of stupid stuff like that, and that would save them. Do you know Aloysius Awesome?
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes, a very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
How's your health?
Do you need my medical attention?
I don't think I have medicine for her. Damn.
Goodbye.
I will be back.
I am sorry, I can't help you.
Basically, what I'm saying is like a UPS for most people is a fantastic saver of a lot of things. Especially if you're in an area that it happens often, so you don't lose your work. It's the cheap route to basically putting a generator on your house. Because that would also fix your problem. That would actually be the best way to fix your problem. Having a backup generator is like, you're set. Where does thought go?
It's locked.
Yo, tell your daughter to get back up here. I got medicine for her.
I hope you can bear longer.
Alright, whatever. We don't have to do this now. Enter his mansion. I'm not really sure where his mansion is, though. I gotta ask people about it. Okay. Let's see. Actually, this is perfect. Give me 2 seconds. Let me go check on dinner. I'm back. There was some spaghetti Alfredo with some shrimp ready for me already, which was nice. It's been a while since my wife actually cooked something for me, so that was
Dr.
nice.
Reed, I am glad.
Being that she's been doing a lot of the baby carrying stuff,
Good
I've been
evening,
doing
Miss
most of
Price.
You
everything
know you
else.
can call me Carolyn, my
So-
dear doctor.
It's nice for once to have someone cook for me. And me not having to do it. Let's see here. Oh, Carol's gratitude for you.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
Okay. A little possessive, but okay. It's a type of love, you could say.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Huh.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Probably.
Good evening.
You know,
May I look at...
it's always...
Yeah, these are a little bit harder to come by, so let's buy that.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you.
Still down there? Get us up here. God damn it.
Happened to London. Dr. Reed, still conducting your nocturnal survey?
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? You know, I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one phone call.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
It's like everyone is saying, do not make this guy a vampire. Not in those exact words, but basically, that's what they're saying.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of deja vu when I talk to you?
I don't know, you're a weirdo.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Goodbye for now.
It did, but you guys don't provide any useful information.
But they were not forgotten.
Oh, she's back. Perfect.
Good evening, young lady.
My mother always prefers when people simply call me Carol.
Do you need my medical attention?
Oh, please, sir. Do not waste your time with me. There is nothing to be worried about.
Don't be shy. It's my duty to take care of you.
Thank you, sir. Much obliged.
Goodbye, Carol.
I am sorry, I can't help
cannot... not enter.
That was a little delayed of a voice line.
Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
How do you know about the lives I take?
How do you...
I told you.
Is
Actually-
it possible to...
Vampire.
No, we've already asked this question. Never mind. Alright, just
Is
give me
there
this.
anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. Perhaps London will survive the epidemic, but I see terrible trials.
Wait, what happened to the main quest? It was gonna be dumb, but could his mansion be this one building that's over here? Alright.
Over there! There's one of them burning!
Wait, is this the mansion? Oh, this is the mansion. Wait, can I go in here too? No. Oh, I don't want to turn this guy. I hate the fact that he's a pillar, but I kind of wish somebody would just kill him.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains. Am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
execution of John Francis Sparrow. John Francis Sparrow, 21, has been hung this morning in the prison of Pentonville. Mr. Sparrow was sentenced to death after being found guilty of the murder of his sister, Alexandra Sparrow. Until the end, the man claimed he was innocent. No formal proof of his presence at the crime scene was ever brought to the court, but he has been sentenced to death and executed anyway. Scotland Yard refused to reopen the case, despite the many holes in the chain of events, which ended with the death of Miss Sparrow. Charles Albright, who conducted the inquiry for Scotland Yard, refused to answer any of our questions, but 3 weeks ago he was demoted without any official explanation. What a strange way to reward an efficient inquiry. Clayton Darby. Oh.
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment.
Interesting.
It's locked, all right.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight, I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist, such as yourself, would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
We can take a few minutes.
So I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs. And the cold. So cold.
About feeding.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
But becoming my progeny.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
He dares to disobey his maker. About the Guard of Prewin.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewin?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
We really can't do this. Let's move on then.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed. And I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London, I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Walls to continue.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
Create a giant
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated, as soon as they are spotted.
Infection could propagate.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
About the quarantine wall across
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
Isolating the rich from the poor.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
You'll create 2 separate prisons.
By doing so, you will also create 2 separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Who gave you the right to this?
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
I've heard enough.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
I don't want to do this. This is gonna have bad consequences. Forget your fear of dying.
Listen to me, Aloysius Dawson. You will forget your fear of dying, for it has poisoned your mind and made you bitter and ruthless since the death of your twin brother.
You don't understand. Death is oblivion, the eternal void. I know there's nothing there. I saw it in Robert's empty eyes. I saw myself in that coffin.
Death is painful for those who remain, not for those who have passed. All that occult gibberish you filled your head with has made you forget this simple truth.
No! Death will not claim me. I have the power and the money. I've acquired the arcane knowledge needed. I believe there is magic, there are dark forces. You will provide me my extension.
Your ignorance makes you a fool. You have no idea. Look at me. Hunted like a beast, my family lost, cursed. I have not escaped death, I have become it.
No, there must be a way. I don't want to go like my brother did. I have money, lots of money.
Money won't ease your mind. I know you used to be a good and generous man. So I offer you the gift of peace, Aloysius. The tranquility of a true death.
I accept your offer. And I understand. No more fear, I will die a man of dignity. And a man at peace.
Oh, let's see here. Would have been good to consume, but he's gonna die regardless, I think. I'm hoping with this he dies of natural causes and we could just kind of say like, oh yeah, by the time we got there he was dead already.
Locked. It's locked, all right.
This is probably not gonna be good.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn as expected?
I'm afraid Mr. Dawson finally chose to embrace life and death as a mortal.
What do you mean?
He has overcome his fear of dying. I let him rest and wait for death to come.
What? This is unacceptable. Go back there and make him the powerful Ekon he's destined to be.
No, Lord Redgrave. As a doctor and as an immortal, I can't. If you wish to make him your progeny, then proceed on your own.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Vanished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
He took that well. I totally thought I was gonna have to fight him and kill him right there. Old Bridget, what are you doing here?
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget, what are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
No one saw you?
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
How did you meet her?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What kind of sewers?
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
Tell me what's going on.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
I have questions first.
Wait, slow down. I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
Where is Lady Ashbury?
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
How did Elizabeth find you?
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate, and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
What do you think of her?
What do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
What did she come to you?
Why did she come to you?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths, truths I have kept hidden for so long.
Lord Redgrave knows you?
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well, and he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the Sewer Skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
No time to lose then.
No time to lose then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Tell her I worry about her.
Tell her I worry about her.
Do not, for she has had strength and wisdom for so much longer than you. Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
Okay. Let us go that way. Alright, yeah. Lord Finney? Who the heck is Lord Finney? I think it's one of the Ascalon guys. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you started that.
Working nearby.
You know, I never did go back to check on that blind guy. Probably should.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Yeah, still can't go here. I had to check. Alright, we could just straight dash that way. Oh, I can actually speak to her here.
Elizabeth, I'm so happy to see you. I was so concerned.
It is also good to see you in these darkened hours. Is all well, my dear?
Indeed, we stand upon the precipice. Has the news reached you of Edgar Swansea?
No. I returned home but moments ago. What of him?
Your friend, the well-informed old Bridget, tells me the Guard of Priwen has assaulted Pembroke. I fear Edgar tops their bloody list.
Bridget. She is such a tragic figure. And yet, I sense deep inside, she has a delicate, fragile soul.
Interesting. Oh. 1 second. There you go. What are you hiding?
What are you hiding? You went to the sewers. Did you speak with Harriet Jones?
Indeed, Jonathan. I seek the truth, just as you do.
I was concerned for your safety. McCullum draws too close to you for my comfort.
Fear not. I've evaded the hunters for many a year, and I intend to stay far from their gases, flames, and spikes. Now, speak to me of Dawson.
I convinced Aloysius to embrace death as the ultimate gift of mortal life. I believe he found peace in the end.
The cost must have been heavy indeed. I am proud of you, my love.
Ascalon has defrocked me and threatens to hound me from the city. This was, no doubt, inevitable.
You did what you thought was right at the time. One can ask no more. The important task now at hand is to help poor Edgar.
Now I am assured of your safety. That is precisely my intention.
Good. Now go, my dear, and return with good news with the greatest haste.
It is I.
I'm all...
Okay, good talk. I would like to use my experience points though. Also seeing what our consequences will have done for not converting that guy or killing him.
Steady, boys! Have no fear, brother! The beast must die! Must die, leech!
Darn it. There are so many of them here. Jeez.
Step away, sir.
Okay. I mean, we could always just get her along to the hospital. What? What the hell? Oh, another one of you guys. So are we gonna basically kill all of them? Is that what's gonna happen right now? Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar?
Did they at least leave me a note? Yeah? Oh, this is probably not gonna be good. Wait. We can do something here. Can max that out. Which wouldn't be a bad idea. And sure, let's increase our flood capacity. He probably turned into a goddamn ghoul. A highly respected resident of the city district passed away last night. Aloysius Darkness. Dawson, co-founder and head of Dawson and Dawson Company at the age of 71 years of age. It was no secret that Mr. Dawson's health had recently declined. The once joyful businessman had almost totally disappeared from social events since the tragic death of his twin brother. An influential man, Aloysius Dawson was also a great art collector and concerned philanthropist. Recently, he had campaigned for an audacious plan to save London from the Spanish flu by raising a quarantine wall to separate the districts and contain the epidemic. But only a few hours before his death, the magnate had given orders to cancel the construction of the wall. More surprisingly, large donations of money have been received by all major London hospitals, while equally important contributions have been made to the smaller clinics and dispensaries. Does it mean Aloysius Dawson, a man known for his fortitude and conservative opinion, was finally touched by grace? Who could say? Only one thing is certain. All over the city, thanks to the man's late generosity, stocks of medical supplies have been replenished and the death toll has significantly been lowered. In the last 24 hours, no doubt hundreds of grateful citizens will be at the St. Mary churchyard to accompany the final journey of their benefactor, SLA. That's actually good, and this didn't plummet. Huh. Was that because of his donation? Yeah, it looks like his donation. Interesting. Wait, did we actually make a good decision for once? With good consequences? Oh my god. Yeah, this is gonna be better. I need that aluminum plate. Alright, now to go find out what's going on here. Oh, I mean, this is definitely an arena.
Hold ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for one.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic.
What?
You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it. Just like you are.
You're its progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
What?
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father.
Freewood prevails!
Okay. We need to chill a bit.
Show some style. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me.
Or pin you down!
Yeah, if you're so innocent, why does simple light burn? Close your eyes. This is gonna hurt. Come on, Reed. Try something else.
You guys are kicking your butt, right?
Freewind prevails! We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
We could collaborate.
I'm not saying we could be friends, you and I. But perhaps we could collaborate to put an end to this epidemic.
Never! We are Priwen. We do not negotiate. We do not compromise.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
Oh, I could turn him into a vampire. That would be really bad, though. I kind of really want to, though. I'll spare you.
I'll spare you, McCullum. I'll offer you the mercy you never offered me.
What is this ruse?
This is no ruse, McCullum. This is me letting you go. After all, you and I are both trying to save this poor country in our own way.
I'll kill you, Reed. Next time we meet, I'll end you.
See? Progress already. You called me by my name. Until the next time. Goodbye, Hunter.
Not gonna lie, I really did want to turn him into a vampire. I really did, so badly. I really wish I could, like, save before doing things and, like, really see what the options are. So, is he back? He shouldn't be dead? Oh, is he maybe at the Doris Fletcher Theater? Maybe that's why they want us to go there. Hold on, can I go back up there? I kind of wanted to see what was in that room, if there was any loot. Probably not, but it wouldn't hurt.
It's locked.
Okay. So, nobody is sick. How interesting. It's a little weird having nobody's sick. It's throwing me off a little. Been running around this freaking city like a madman trying to cure everybody constantly. And now for once I don't have to. guess I go this way. They have silencers on or something?
So Priwen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Oh, hi. Okay. The sound's a little messed up for them. They're not making any sounds anymore. I think the sound like kind of glitched. McCullum report 6/18. I just finished reading Doris Fletcher's journal. As painful and dreadful as it was, my God, the woman planned to see everyone in London afflicted by affecting all who would come to her next play. It helped me understand greatly what is going on. Doris Fletcher's real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of some Harriet Jones, who has been treated as a patient for a long time at Pembroke Hospital. She clearly hated her mother, but used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the East End. I don't know exactly what happened then, but this is how her mother infected her before returning to the theater, and now she turned into that monstrosity that the leech known as Jonathan Reed finally defeated. The presence of that vampire in the same hospital where Harriet Jones was treated Can't be a coincidence. I'm convinced he is deeply involved with the vampire plague going on in London right now. I am also convinced Swansea is his accomplice, and that those two are planning something more terrifying than anything the guard has ever faced. Maybe I should take some time to read the old books and manuscripts the guards still possess to get some answers. It may prove useful. In the meantime, I better send some patrols to investigate about what is occurring in the Pembroke Hospital. Eight 11/18. It took me 2 days to parse through the dust, registers, and books we keep in the vault. God, I hate losing time like this. The search did prove fruitful for once. I found 2 pages that could be related to our present situation in a copy of William Marshall's memoirs. I took them with me to read more carefully. This creature Marshall says he fought in 1666, this disaster that aimed to destroy London, that it is very similar to what happened with Doris Fletcher. Disease, infection, hate of the living. A desire to see the city ransacked. I have no doubt now that the bloody old leech of William Marshall is behind all this, and that he is back. This could be our greatest accomplishment. If the guard could act at last, if the guard could at last find and destroy the old bastard, I believe what Marshall did in 1666 is exactly what Reed is now trying to do. Did the creature, this disaster, escape their will? Is it why Marshall destroyed him in 1666? And Reed did the same with Doris Fletcher before she became such a creature. I don't know, but those two are clearly working together. The Swansea is helping them. God damn it. I will immediately give orders to have them arrested and interrogated. As for Reed, I'll destroy that evil beast myself, and then we'll deal with William Marshall and this disaster thing. Prynne will prevail once.
Doris Fletcher was
more.
about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Huh. Hi.
I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
William Marshall's memoirs, the Brotherhood of St. Paul stole, finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to meet inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol. Choose the place where I defeated this disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church and under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature. And Dos Astro, the eater of stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised to come back to me with an answer. Primate of St. Paul wrote back to me with just a name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul, and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord, it took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end. Soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with blood of a king. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me. Pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote. But if this is the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistakes, I am ready to endure the excruciating
Blood
pain.
of a pure heart, garlic, blood.
Evidence safe. So further notice, the safe will be used to store sensitive evidence. It must be always be locked. If you need to access, just find me on the last floor to get the key. And bloody, remember to bring it back to me when you're done, Rod.
I should find the key to that box.
The Vampire Knight. William Marshall, forget the legend about the man. The one most of you never heard of. The lazy bastard. Forget the empty tomb in Temple Church. Forget the death of those among us who died trying to locate him. We, the guard, know what he is still hiding somewhere. That's the only fact we must keep in mind. Another small detail we need to keep in mind: this little fluffer is clever. How many times have we thought we had cornered him, to finally only find old dust and cobwebs? Marshall has been a vampire for 1,000 years. There's no match until we change our plans concerning his hunt. So here we are a few questions for you. Lazy bastards, I want all of them answered. Before speaking of another great hunt to pin the leech down, who helped him escape his den under Temple Church, we know now for a fact that a private contractor was paid to move a large coffin from the church a few years before we investigated the tomb. What exactly did the traders of the Brotherhood of St. Paul discuss with Marshall when they met in 1785 in London? The report of this meeting has been burnt, but witnesses remain of a request made by Marshall to access a specific book in their library. Why does this monstrosity know of Lady Blackwood seem linked to Marshall? They exchanged letters. She went to London to meet in 1786. According to the Brotherhood spies, she tried to discreetly buy his castle in Wales in 1793, before fleeing when spotted by our fearless mentor, Kendall Stone. See the pattern here? What happened during these few years? Why should agitation and activity? Why such agitation and activity? Answer these questions, my brother, and you will find the path to our most eminent foe, William Marshall, oldest vampire of England to survive our righteous wrath, and Know Your Enemies by Carl Eldridge, Penguin leader. Alright, I need to get the key to the safe.
It's locked.
Oh, what the okay. To be fair, he snuck up on me. Merely self-defense. New Doris Fletcher diary. October 24th, 1918, London. Soon I'll be on stage again for my rehearsal. My rehearsals are all almost over. My minions are gathered around me, ready to follow my every command. Soon my audience will return, ready to applaud my art. The young, the gorgeous, my healthy audience, they will return to their families, their beautiful houses, and happy lives, delighted by my performance, shocked by my disguise, touched by my grace, my infectious legacy. They'll spread the disease one by one, and they'll turn, and I'll be their beloved queen again, and they'll never forget me, and I shall have my revenge on the dirty trick fate played on me. Okay. Hi. Wait, is that who we needed to find to unlock the safe?
I cannot enter. I really don't know if I should read this.
I'm reading it. Personal notebook, January 1918. The 8th. Cards worry me, for they keep on announcing the coming of an imprecise but terrible danger. Distinct from this awful war, I better call back the legates to London and tell them to observe and report any unusual events. March 15th, 1918. Something is definitely going on. Cards keep hiding what is approaching, and that can only mean something powerful is moving, something so strong and potent the cards cannot fully reveal its nature. All the legates but one are back in London. His mission is in Lhasa. Is too crucial to be aborted. The only noticeable event in the frequent meetings between Alios Dawson and the Ascol Club is nothing to worry about for now. July 24th, 1918, a terrible epidemic is upon us, and I don't like this at all. My legates have been sent back overseas to protect them from the disease. Also to find any clue about the origin of the plague. I'm not totally convinced this is all natural. In the past, we had many cases of vampire activity linked with sudden epidemics. We must remain vigilant. August 17, 1918. All over the world, hundreds of thousands dead, broken families, despair, and affliction. Deeply rooted in our hearts, this epidemic is a curse. Reports from every country tell me this catastrophe has no boundaries, no limits. The good news is that the disease seems to have withdrawn. Bad news is the car keeps on foreseeing calamity. September 19th, 1918. Cards were right from the beginning. Calamity is upon us. The best sign may be the return of the Guard of Primwin. Geoffrey McCullen himself is back in London. He is actively inquiring and recruiting members for a new campaign. Whatever I may think of McCullen's methods, I must admit he has a good nose for danger. We must all stay alert. Oh my gosh. September 21st of 1918. McCullen did not waste any time. At least 3 of his war hounds have been ordered to survey me. Same old hate, same old methods. Once again, they will inquire about all my moves, all my acquaintances, and all my actions. I know they are convinced I am an immortal plotting against them, against humanity. Stupid hunters, I have no time for this. I may have my secrets, but I am not the conspiring foe they all are after. But they are right about something. The cataclysm will not be avoided. 15th October, 1918. For the second time since I am the primate of St. Paul, I feared for the city. Scows are invading London and the entire country. No, not invading, but are already here. They are among us, released by the flesh of the many infected. Observers of the Brotherhood tell me that foreign vampires are arriving from all over Europe, delighted to get their share of innocence and suffering flesh. This country, as we know it, may be on the verge of oblivion. We still don't know what is maneuvering against us. October 26th, 1918. The cards are still worrying me, as if the real danger was not revealed yet. I am convinced that the Guard of Prynwen is about to launch a second great hunt. This is the only explanation to the patterns of activities deployed by McCullen's control of strategic command posts all over the city. Creation of many new weapons, robbery of quickly finance this expensive undertaking. I know my name will be on the list if they decide to hunt down all identified vampires in England, but I refuse to submit to this threat. November 7th, 1918. A Prynwen attack is imminent. Scouts and patrols are getting closer every night. I can't even blame them. The situation is critical. A few reports even claim that a horned vampire may be back, but their blindness never ceased to astonish me. How can they keep considering me a foe? Have I not proven I am their ally? Have I not done all I can to protect mortals? This is my last entry in this journal. May God have mercy in our souls.
I can't believe it. Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late.
What? You're fine.
Punctured lung, broken ribs, internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skull epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? Are you sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I trust you, Edgar, but the Guard of Prynwen is onto something.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
About William Marshall.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. amongst the immortals, and he had a yet greater legend.
Why such a reputation?
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
Why is Prewin obsessed with him?
Why is the Guard of Prewin so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Prewin in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why accuse us of creating it?
Why would the Guard of Prewin believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
You have some explaining to do.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Remember Harriet Jones?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher's real name.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
He started the epidemic. Doris Fletcher got infected in prison.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where
Do
we
you
are?
know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Don't you see the pattern?
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum.
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
This is no coincidence.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Huh. Wow. Oh, wow. I don't know. I literally don't know what to do. What do I do? Oh my god, really? I have no clue what to do. I have no freaking clue. Do I kill him? Take experience? Do I let him die? Do I turn him? Oh my god. He basically caused the epidemic, no? If I'm understanding this correctly? I have a feeling if I kill him, dude, there's gonna be repercussions.
Yes, your death is imminent, Dr. Swansea. But I swear, it will be quick.
I already told you to call me Edgar. Am I no longer your friend?
I believe you never have been, sir. You have lied to me at every step and betrayed the trust of a woman I cherish.
You and the lady? Really? Why, I should have seen it coming, I suppose. May I add that I welcome this? The biting, I mean.
You have your wish.
Is it going to hurt? I always wondered.
That's a lot of experience. Uh, 12th of May, 1912. My most exquisite friend. Everything is now ready for our journey to France. We'll leave from Dover on the 17th, and we will spend the whole summer in Paris. Can't wait to taste all the delicate flavors that wonderful city has to offer, and I can't wait to try them all with my music, food, theater, architecture, perfumes, fashion, and you. Oh, what a delight it will be. I already wrote to some of my good artist friends who will be as delighted as me to see you on stage in French theater. Edmund and Rostand should be there. I know you will like his work very much, and I count on him to introduce us to the magnificent Sarah Bernhardt. That would be the greatest achievement of this journey. I can't wait to hold you again in my arms, my sweetest delight. To drink again the source of your divine talent. Your devoted Calhoun. Who the hell is that? Oh, it's that dude, the gourmet guy. I can't believe we killed him. The other thing now is this. All the pillars are dead. All the pillars are dead. Oh, the consequence is going to be grave here. Oh man, I can't believe it. So now, that brings another question.
Return later.
I believe he started the epidemic, and then to make things even worse, he used Ashbury's blood. So,
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Its effectiveness has been proven by men. Even the flu is no match for the
This district seems to get uglier every year.
We gotta go check on the blind guy, man. See if there's an update to his status.
Best be off.
That's a waste. I never did check on this guy again. Aha, that's what I thought so. I think there was something here I couldn't open, right? Right, was it here? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so he had a bunch of medicines on him.
see terrible. Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
I found your stolen notebook.
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Priwen stole from you.
And you've brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
No.
Ah, the oldest temptation of all. If Pandora herself did not pass the test, I suppose I should not blame you for your curiosity.
So you're not angry with me?
Why should I be? To live is to make choices, Jonathan. And you made yours. Now give it to me, please.
Ever heard about Dawson?
Have you any news concerning Aloysius Dawson?
You unburdened his heart and cleared his mind. A most elegant solution, I must say, Jonathan.
Are you a vampire?
Tell me the truth, Usher. Are you a vampire?
By the stole, you really thought you could force Usher Talltree to yield to your little mind tricks like an oblivious mortal?
So you are a vampire?
So, are you or are you not a vampire?
As a brilliant man once said, to be unambiguous could only be to one's own detriment.
Why can't I force you to answer me?
Why can't I force you to answer me then?
I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole. Comes with certain advantages, like accessing the greatest library in the country, and avoiding answering certain questions.
I don't think he's human.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
Like, I don't think he's a vampire, I guess. I don't think he's human. Yeah, we could do that on the way. We'll stop over there. You tried. way too strong. Like, way too strong. Alright. Do that. Now we have a better stun weapon for melee. Well, definitely want to increase this. Oh, we just don't have enough. 6,000 experience for that. Interesting. Okay. Oh, how bad is this gonna be? The Whitechapel police have been informed of the mysterious disappearance of Edgar Swansea, aged 45. Physician at approximately 6:30 this morning, the police have circulated a description of missing man. Height 6 feet, slender build, fair complexion, gray hair, thin mustache, likely wearing a white surgeon coat with dark flannel vest, Oxford skirt shirting, and leather evening shoes. That Swansea is a familiar figure in the Whitechapel district. The current head of the Pembroke Hospital and preeminent scientist. He spearheaded the mass admission of the patients during last summer's flu epidemic. Although his methods have been criticized, it should be noted that Dr. Swansea did save a substantial number of individuals during the outbreak. His guidance drove the Pembroke to new technical heights, especially due to his enlistment of vanguard talents. His latest recruit was a transfusion pioneer, Dr. Jonathan E. Reed, who had recently returned from the war. The famous surgeon was nowhere to be found to answer our questions. The lack of head surgeon has led to a drastic drop in the operation success rate at the Pembroke. I should advise against entrusting yourself to them until Dr. Swansea is found or a new head emerges to lead the hospital. E.W. Oof. Critical. I kind of saw that coming. Headache. Bronchitis. Still the same. Stable. Holy crap, holy. Alright, so what do we got here? We got 1 headache, 1 bronchitis, fatigue, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fatigue, 1 cold, 3 headaches, and a bronchitis. So I already forgot how many there was. I'll just make like 8. That should be plenty. Huh. Oh, we got so many people to cure. So, a couple people there, a couple people there. Alright. Actually, we got some people already here.
absolutely.
Hello again,
Why not?
Mother.
Jonathan, back already. Good, good. I was just about to go outside to find you. You shouldn't stay away for so long.
Do you feel lonely here?
Tell me, Mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you don't tell me when you come or go.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, the Thames. And then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
I was
attacked, Mother. And I've not been the same since.
The important thing is that you finally returned home. I was worried, you know. You were the last member of the family of whom I had no news. Even Mary comes more often than you.
About that. Mary is dead. Like, dead. Do you really think I'm in a neglect?
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you. But you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
I wish I could stay here and take care of you, but I don't belong here anymore. My new home is an empty room, as cold as night and as red as blood.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Do you need my medical attention, Mother?
Oh, you know I always refused to let you listen to my chest, son. It always seemed awkward, even when I felt ill.
I think you should take this. You'll feel better.
I'm not sure I'll ever feel better, but thank you, my son.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon. Aubrey, I'm not sure visiting Italy is a good idea.
Avery's sick too? No, he's not. Okay. No, now he responds. Okay.
He's dead! Filthy piece of shit!
So who do we got here? So those guys, the gourmet. He's got to be in this area. I don't remember seeing him anywhere else.
Women of all countries unite!
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
Have you any news on Aloysius Dawson?
I heard he died and gave all his money to the poor. Now that's a good man. An example for us all to follow.
About the restaurant I recommend.
So, did you try the restaurant I recommended?
Oh, yes. I can't thank you enough, my dear doctor. Exquisite, but expensive. But what is money made for, if not for little pleasures?
Glad you enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed the place.
I do, Doctor, I do. Thank you again.
Well, that's a shame. Your relationship with Doris Fletcher?
Tell me about your relationship with Doris Fletcher.
Oh, Doris. Cold fire and burning ice trapped in a perfect body. Our passion was as intense as it was brief. What an actress.
Have you regrets?
You sound surprisingly sad. Have you regrets?
I think of her as a divine dish. I'm glad I was able to taste it, but I regret I could only get a bite of her mystery.
You really loved her then?
She fascinated me, Dr. Reed. I can't imagine what she must have endured through her life to reach such a level of emotion and sensibility.
How did you meet her?
How did you meet her?
On a boat to France before the war. She was thinking about a career in Paris, and I was eager to try French gastronomy. We both returned disappointed.
I expect you've seen her on stage, too.
She really is the best actress of her generation. Such frailty and such strength at the same time. I hope she'll play again soon. She's been away for too long.
Do you need medical help?
You would save my life, Dr. Reed. I have not felt so bad in many years.
Don't worry. There is nothing serious to fear. I have seen far worse, I can assure you.
I cannot imagine the pain these people must face then. You have my gratitude, Doctor. This disease has ruined my appetite.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr.
Oh.
Remember, don't let any strangers come.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
Have you any news about Aloysius Dawson?
I was hoping he would finance my research. But I heard he's given all his money to the sick and poor.
Yeah, I mean, how terrible, right?
Do you need medical
He
assistance?
sounds so disappointed in that.
For
Like,
visiting
really?
hours, don't you think?
Like, how could you be so disappointed in that?
What can I say? I haven't lost my
I hope.
You need some...
Okay.
I should leave the city.
We meet again, Mr. Kimura, in a more peaceful situation.
Dr. Reed, still visiting London by night?
We must both be nocturnal animals, you and I. After your captivity, I thought you'd be more cautious.
Breathing the cold night air helps calm my mind, sir. I've had the most frightening nightmares since I escaped that filthy jail.
Do you need medical assistance, sir?
Don't believe that I'm the kind of man with a fragile constitution. But I'm afraid my imprisonment has done more harm than I thought.
There is no need to be ashamed. We are all equally vulnerable to this disease.
Yes. I know now life is as precious as it is fragile.
Have you heard of Aloysius Dawson?
In his last hours, the man spent most of his money improving healthcare in the city. Now that's generosity.
Your life in London. Tell me about the neighborhood.
How is the situation in the West End?
I've heard rumors about armed men patrolling and fighting infected citizens in these very streets. I was lucky they didn't shoot me when I was abducted.
What do you do for a living?
May I ask you what you do for a living, Mr. Kimura?
I was a landlord. A wealthy one. And not a very kind one, I realized recently.
Why this sudden epiphany? Is it because of your near-death experience?
I was already feeling nostalgic about Weymouth, my hometown. With recent events, I'm thinking about going back there.
So the person who kidnapped him was probably his tenant.
What can you tell me about your abduction?
If you really want to know, I was locked in that building for 3 or 4 days. My jailer was insane, mumbling about sacrifice and voices.
What did he say about voices?
What did he say about voices?
He constantly whined about the voice of his master, ordering him to do terrible things. He wanted to silence the voice by offering blood. My blood.
Why not sacrifice you on the spot?
And why didn't he sacrifice you?
That was the weirdest part. He claimed to spill blood was not enough. It had to be done when some stars were aligned.
Which stars?
That's the whole point. He wanted me to talk to him about some Red Queen configuration or constellation. I've never heard of such an astronomical term.
Nostalgic for your hometown.
Why are you so nostalgic for your hometown, Tadao?
I was focused so much on making money, I almost forgot that my relatives and friends are threatened by this epidemic.
Have you no friends at all?
Have you no friends at all?
Over the years, I'm afraid my greed turned me into my friend's adversary, while I became friends with my professional rivals.
Those you grew up with didn't share your views on money and success.
Would you believe I was once a member of poetry circles and an astronomy club? We were young, such joyful dreamers then. But I stopped laughing long ago.
What about your family?
Have you heard anything from your family?
I was not only a bad landlord, I was also a bad husband. I've not seen my wife and son for years. Busy, busy, busy.
At least now you're ready to go back and see them. But don't be surprised if your son bears a grudge, sir.
You make it sound like you suffered from an absent father yourself, Dr. Reed.
Sort of.
Keep your warning in mind.
Would you really
Can you change? And is it what you really want? If so, it must come from within, not without.
I've seen what an altruistic gesture can do. Nothing forced you to save me, Dr. Reed, but you did. I will follow your example in these matters from now on.
There's no need to thank.
There is no need to thank me. Rescuing a London citizen should not be out of the ordinary, though I'm afraid it may appear so in these difficult times.
You did not only rescue me, you fought for me. You put your life in danger to save me. That's quite extraordinary.
How will you cope if you're attacked again?
I don't know. I've heard about these men and women who patrol the West End every night, chasing criminals like my abductor. Maybe I should join them.
No. Astronomy interested your abductor.
Tell me, Tadao, why was your abductor so interested in your passion for astronomy?
I don't know. We met a few times at the Royal Greenwich Observatory. He seemed to share my hobby. Then he invited me to his house and locked me in.
Was it a ruse to get close to you?
Did he fake his interest in astronomy to get close to you?
No. In his madness, he spoke about a blood sacrifice to be made to his master when the stars aligned to a specific configuration.
Astronomy is fascinating.
Yes.
Astronomy is a fascinating subject. When I was a child, my mother bought a small telescope for my sister and I. We spent many a pleasant evening stargazing.
Stars are not just dots in the sky, Doctor. They are the key to our understanding of the cosmos. They remind us how insignificant we are.
You're right. But children love magic and stories. I remember our mother told us constellations have the power to protect us.
Protection by the light of the stars. That's sweet. You remember the name of these constellations?
Pegasus, man.
Pegasus. It was the constellation my mother liked the most.
Memory's a strange thing. I can recite without hesitation the names of the 88 constellations, yet I barely remember my own childhood.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
Warning leaflet. Westenders must unite. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them control you. They are amongst us. They lust after your soul. Vampires are real. Defend your community. This public warning leaflet has been financed. It's written by Mr. Please contact him directly. Most see Crossley is him. Been picking up a couple of those. I didn't realize that was him at the time.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, Jonathan. Please come in. I remember when Mary came here with her husband and her son. What do you need from me, Jonathan?
Have you any recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
The old goat gave all his money to the poor. I wish he'd thought about sending some to his closest neighbors.
Do you need my medical attention?
It would appear that old habits die hard, my dear. I would
wanted the money.
appreciate your help as always.
Okay.
And I'm happy to give it to you, as always.
Thank you, Jonathan.
About Clarence's obsession with vampires.
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with vampires.
It drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt. I was so relieved to have him back. But I quickly realized he'd lost his mind in France.
I understand your irritation, Venus. But you have to accept the trauma Clarence endured on the battlefield.
The question is simple, Jonathan. Is my husband mad? Yes or no? Do vampires exist? Or is Clarence a lunatic?
You don't believe him?
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary, bless her soul, had tried to convince you of the existence of bloody vampires, would you have believed her? Seriously?
No, of course not. What do you think of him?
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan. He should have told me the horrors he witnessed, however appalling it was, instead of inventing a fantasy about blood-drinking monsters.
About your financial situation.
What do you think about Clarence squandering his fortune on his obsession?
Soon we'll be poor, and forced to sell the house. Where will we go? In which filthy, infected part of town will we end up? I'm so afraid.
Goodbye for now.
Yeah, that is a scary thought.
I remember when Mary came here with her husband.
Okay, all of those guys are up there.
Women
make me really work for it, huh? Alright, screw it. I'm way too strong for them right now.
This is my territory.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Have you any recent news of Aloysius?
I think I did ask him
I
this
try
already.
not to listen to gossip or rumors. Unlike my brother, I am only interested in facts.
Do you need my medical attention?
Indeed.
You have nothing to be worried about. You should recover by taking this.
Sounds so easy to fight disease. Too bad it's not the same making people smile again.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker. Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of deja vu when I...
Have you any recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard he's dead. I hope he found his twin brother, wherever they are now.
You knew Aloysius's twin brother?
Yes. I think we were even together in the Gemini Club for a time. A somewhat secret society that only accepts twins as members.
Weird.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
I'm afraid I do. I knew we should have left London.
I don't want to appear tactless, but you're risking your health by remaining outside at this hour of night.
Says the doctor who also works outside at night. But as always, the imprudent person enjoys the company of their fellows.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Okay.
Dr. Reed.
Have you recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
Come on. The most ruthless tycoon of England dies and gives his fortune to the poor. Man has been tricked. I suspect torture and murder here.
Is it true you were reduced?
Is it true you were dropped in rank? Tell me about it.
Yes, it is. I made a terrible mistake. I deserved it. Sometimes I think I should have resigned.
So why are you still working here?
Because I'm a damn fine copper. I just don't want to have someone innocent hung again by mistake because of me.
Death penalty can be appropriate.
The death penalty can sometimes be appropriate.
Those are strange, cold words coming from a doctor who claims to take every risk to save lives on these dangerous streets.
Darn.
Do you need medical?
I'm afraid.
You'll
thank.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And then there's this lady.
Good evening, Miss Price. What is your opinion of Aloysius Dawson?
Rumor is he gave most of his fortune to charities to help the poor and sick. He was a good man after all.
Do you need my medical attention, Miss Price?
Oh yes, I feel so oppressed lately. And tired and feeble, too. Thank you so much, Doctor. You're always so considerate.
I'm just doing my job.
Perhaps. But I have always been grateful for your concern.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
That should have been the last one here. Yep. Now we gotta go to the actual.
I can't help you, sir. Dr. Perhaps you should talk with someone else.
Now, I keep saying it and I keep forgetting to do it, but I think this time we're gonna actually do it since we're here. Let's go check on the blind guy. There's gotta be like, we gave him the cure and then we never went back to check on him. Will not be surprised if I find him dead, honestly. Or actually turned. That would not surprise me either. I guess if she dies to vampire powers, she doesn't explode. I really didn't think she would blow up there. Yes, I was wrong. Oh, this is gonna be great.
London vampires are so weak. Beast. Show me your power, newborn. You shall learn to respect.
Ow. Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
My dear brother, this is the apology letter you'll never read. For you lost your sight because of me. I know you hate me for what I did, even if you never say so. We don't talk much in the Swanborough family, do we? So to clear my conscience, this is my bravest gesture towards you. To write you this letter and to leave it in your laboratory. If you ever find it and ask about it, I'll read it to you. If someone else reads it, well, As I wrote above, this is my bravest gesture. So Mason, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did and for the hell you've been thrown into. I'm sorry you're now a blind man trying to find a meaning to your useless life. If I could change one thing, only one thing is my miserable life. If it would be able to happen 1 year ago, I swear it, Mason, I could give you my eyes for you to see again. I would, but it does not work that way, does it? So please, brother, forgive me, Loretta.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Guilt of your sister.
Why does your sister feel so guilty about what happened to you?
Because she knows I'll never forgive what she did to me.
You run an illegal business with someone you hate?
I don't hate my sister. She looks after me, we have a good time. And I'm just not ready to forgive her.
You did not try the cure for blindness.
So did you decide not to take the experimental cure for blindness?
Oh no, I have. For a few hours.
But you are still... What do you mean? I don't understand.
I saw the world again, Dr. Reed. For a few hours I witnessed how ugly and sad and tragic this city is.
I'm sorry the effect didn't last.
You don't get it, do you? I crafted a new formula that made me blind again. The world is a cesspool, Dr. Reed, and I don't want to look at it.
Wow.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Well, I'm
What
glad
kind
you
of gentleman pays visits to people
didn't
at this late?
turn. Kind of extreme, but I'm glad you didn't turn, babe. That is, yeah. Ah, that scared me. What? That is not a normal werewolf thing. That's new. Okay. That's a new type.
This one's mine!
Yep.
You leeches didn't kill it!
Oh.
Not a good place for a stroll. Back, demon! Back! Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work here! Have faith, brother! Oh, to the hell that spawned you!
This is despicable.
There you are.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Are you all right? I heard the hospital was attacked.
Poor Dr. Swansea. He was the only one to stand up to those brutes. And now they've dealt with him.
Where is Dr. Swansea?
I don't know. I hid behind a tent. I saw nothing.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness.
Not.
Thank.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Nurse Hawkins.
So we got her. Who else? Tippett. Tippett's usually outside.
Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed.
Are you okay? I heard the hospital was attacked.
Yes. Can you believe it? Attacking a hospital of all places. Mindless savages.
Is anyone hurt?
No, but Dr. Swansea is missing. I believe they wanted money or drugs. Maybe these brutes will ask for a ransom.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Yeah.
I have no...
I appreciate...
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
So the next step is to talk to Lady Ashbury. I think I'm gonna look this up for next time and just get that done, because that's like the last side quest. But yep, I'm gonna actually call it there a little bit earlier than usual, but I kind of have to. It's my turn to go watch the baby. So I will see you all next time. Bye bye.